Next, we're going to take a look at Formula 62 and how to set it up for application use. When you receive the machine, it'll be in a cardboard box encapsulated by 2-inch styrofoam. You're going to lay down the box and open the bottom of the box. Take out the piece of styrofoam. Afterwards, you stand the box back up and you're going to slide the box off of the machine. In most cases, the motor is bolted on the machine so that it doesn't move and it's ready for transport. In this case, we've already set up the motor on the workpiece for demonstration purposes. In addition, there is usually a box with the casters. Again, in this case, we have already set up the cabinet with the casters for the demonstration. The other 2 boxes that will come with the machine is the power cord and the accessory tray. The next step is to make sure that you received all of the accessories. Please make sure that the accessory tray is unopened. There have been cases in the past where they have been received and customs has opened the case. Make sure that it is completely sealed and that the plastic has not been opened. After opening the plastic, make sure that all the components are present. The components include 2 orange accelerometer cables, 2 chart rolls, the accelerometer, the accelerometer clamp, two pens, and an instruction manual. There is a third pen already loaded on the machine inside the printer. When you first open the machine, the chart paper will be taped to the machine. Remove the tape. In addition, there is also tape on the inside that needs to be removed. After you remove the tape from the paper, the next step is to make sure that the pen is ready for proper use. When you open the machine, the pen is located in the far left-hand side in the pen tray. In order to make the following procedure easier, move the pen tray to the center. This does not cause any damage to the machine as long as the machine is turned off. You pull the pen out and you take off the cap. The following step is very important. You never want to insert the pen straight across. When you insert it straight across, this will cause damage to the pen tray and the spring. You want to make sure and use both hands and insert it at an angle. The final step is to turn the tray back to its original position. Make sure the pen is straight. And now you are ready to print. The next step is to attach the accelerometer to the accelerometer clamp, or you can also attach the accelerometer directly to the motor. You attach the accelerometer by screwing it in to the top of the clamp. It is very important to make sure that it is only hand tight. Never use any wrenches or other tools to tighten the accelerometer. It's a delicate piece of equipment and should only be hand tight. Once it is attached to the accelerometer clamp, you attach the clamp to the workpiece. The next step is to attach the orange accelerometer cable from the cabinet to the accelerometer. It is important to make sure that the accelerometer cable does not have any kinks or bends in it. If it is this way or twisted, it can be damaged. It's important to have it straight. Once the accelerometer cable has been straightened out, you connect one end to the cabinet, and you make sure it's locked in place. The other end is connected to the accelerometer. Another point that might be helpful is when the accelerometer is attached to the clamp, you can tie it here with a plastic tie and fasten it to the clamp so that if somebody pulls on the cable, it does not get ripped out and broken. The motor can be mounted to a table using bolts, as we have done in this case for demonstration purposes, or you can attach it to the workpiece using C-clamps or removable weld studs. Once the motor is securely attached to the workpiece, you take the yellow cable from the vibration motor and you attach it directly to the cabinet. It will line up exactly with the plug on the cabinet. Of course, the final piece is to attach the power cord to your power outlet. The final step is setting up the workpiece correctly. It's very important to isolate the workpiece so it's free to vibrate in order to maximize the energy. This can be done one of several ways. In this case, we've set it up on springs so that the workpiece is able to vibrate freely. Another option is to use dock bumpers or heavy pieces of rubber. And a third option is to use air-mounted springs. As long as the workpiece is isolated and free to move, it will allow for Formula 62 to work effectively. The machine has now been taken out of the box. The casters have been installed. The accelerometer has been connected to the cabinet. The motor has been fastened to the workpiece, and it has been connected to the power outlet. You are now ready to use the machine.
Now that we've properly set up the equipment for use, we'll describe the control functions and the proper procedures for use. The Formula 62 unit comes with a basic AC/DC power supply. The green switch is the master power on and off switch. This controls all the power to the unit, and in the event of an emergency, turning off this switch will deactivate the equipment. Next, we also have the manual switch. This switch controls the manual use of the equipment. This allows us to adjust the frequency or the speed of the vibrator and also control the amount of energy being supplied to the workpiece. This is the manual mode of operation that is also used with the metering equipment, which is controlled by the meter switch. And if we produce a chart, it will also operate the chart recording switch. There is a third mode of operation called automatic. This is controlled as a single standalone system when we do not use the metering equipment or the chart recording equipment. Next, we'll describe the manual mode of operation where we have direct control over the speed of the vibrating equipment. First, we apply power with the power switch. Then we turn on the manual switch, and this supplies power to the power supply. Next, we will take the vibration control and adjust the speed of the vibrating equipment with the speed control. This allows us to adjust the speed and make it compatible with the workpiece. To shut down the system in the proper order, we reverse the procedure and return to 0, turn off the manual switch, and again, turn off the power. Next, we will explain how to find the resonant point and produce a chart recording of the operation. This requires multiple steps and adjustment procedures to be followed correctly in order to find a resonant point and to produce a good readable chart. The first operation is to provide power to the power supply by turning on the system power, followed by the manual mode of operation. Next, we must supply power to the meter circuit using the meter switch. And in order to produce a chart recording, we supply power to the recorder. Now we're ready to begin the procedure for making the speed adjustments to find the resonant point. We always start in the beginning from 0. The gain control is set at 0. The vibration speed control is also set at 0. And now we are ready to operate. The first step is to turn the amplifier gain control up to supply power to the amplifier section. And then to begin, we will adjust the speed control to a low setting of about 40 or 45 on the dial. This now produces an electrical signal from the coax and the accelerometer to the amplifier section, and we can observe a readout now on the meter and also the chart. The next step is important for us to control the speed of the vibrator and increase it slowly until we see the meter move in the forward direction. This is also followed by the chart producing the same information. Once the meter has arrived at the end of the green zone, we have to stop and turn the volume control down with the gain control knob. This is a simple adjustment to turn it back to a beginning point where we may use the meter again. From here, we will go ahead and increase the vibrator speed one more time using the vibration speed control. Each time that we do that, we see an increase in the level of energy and vibration, and it is being displayed on the meter and also on the chart. Again, we have exceeded the range of the meter. We will adjust the volume control and again return to the speed control to increase the vibration level again. This procedure will be repeated numerous times until we achieve a resonant point. Again, we will turn the volume control down. We will increase the vibration speed control and repeat. Now we are looking for the resonant point, and if we increase the vibration speed again, we have found a resonant point. By decreasing the speed, we can come back to the maximum point, and we would leave it there. This is finding the resonant point, and we would allow the amount of time for vibration based on the weight of the workpiece. Once we have found the resonant point and treated our workpiece, we will begin to turn the equipment off in the reverse procedure that we used to set up. We will turn the vibration speed control down to 0. Bring the gain control to 0. Turn off the chart switch. Turn off the meter section. Turn off the manual mode of operation, and eventually turn off the full power to the equipment. Now that we've shown how to find the resonant point on the meter, let's take a look at the chart recording to see what it looks like and how the pen traces the same action from the meter onto the paper. Now, as we saw on the meter operation at the very beginning, everything was at 0. As we increase the vibration speed, the pen will move forward to a point where we would stop, just like when the meter showed us at the end of the green. With the gain control, we will turn the volume down and bring the needle back to the beginning as well as the pen. Then again, we will increase the speed of the vibrator, bringing the amplitude up one more time, and then stopping. Turn the volume control down, and again increase the vibrator speed, and now we will find a resonant point where too much speed begins to push the needle and the pen back to the 0 point. Now we will slow the vibration control and the speed to come back to that resonant point. Then we will begin the time for vibration from here to finish, and then once the time has been finished, we will set everything back to 0 and turn off the equipment. The last operation is the automatic operation of the equipment. This function operates on a 15-minute time base and does not require the attention of the operator. To activate